Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Josh here. It's a few days after the trip, and I just wanted to preface a little bit. This video is a little different than what I normally do. So, I had a lot of fun shooting this video, and I went on some different journeys, mentally and emotionally, and I'm kind of just sharing all that with you guys. It's no holds bars and as vulnerable and honest as possible. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Josh here, on the road, heading north, going to the old Dirty D in Michigan, Detroit. Traveling up here to see a very inspirational and educational YouTuber, psychologist, Dr. Jordan B Peterson. Learned quite a bit about a lot of different subjects watching his YouTube videos, and I appreciate everything he shares. I think one of probably my two biggest takeaways listening to him has been, deeper thinking about situations. One of his gifts is to deconstruct scenarios and situations down to its most basic level and communicate that extremely effectively, and think about it very thoroughly. And that's a trait. That's a trait I admire, because I wish I was better at it. It's something I'm working on. The other is that's part of the more important one to me, which is he's an extremely effective communicator, storyteller, and that's something I've always struggled with in the past. I've gotten better over the last year, but I certainly have a ton of room for improvement, and he's definitely a good role model for me in that respect as well. So I'm in a rental. One of the cars is in the shop, so I'm in a rental, and I don't have my suction cup mount, so I'm not going to stay on the phone very long. But heading up there now, a few hours away. I'll get settled into the hotel and then get my butt to the seminar. And then even better for me is tomorrow I'll get to hang out with some of my Michigan homies. And even though they're from that crummy state up north, there are a lot of great guys up there and gals that I love in Michigan. And we're gonna have some fun, and I'll show you that too. At the beautiful Fox Theater in Detroit, Michigan, see Dr. Jordan B Peterson. This place is absolutely amazing. Man, it is cold in Detroit this morning. This little lake effect and all that, it ain't like Ohio. Well, it ain't like Central Ohio. Look at this bullshit. I had to wear pants. It's that cold. I think it's like 3 degrees right now. And it ain't like no Ohio 3 degrees. Especially when you're sweaty and fresh out the shower. Got my run in this morning. Ran for an hour on the treadmill. Just want to take a minute and before I reflected back on my experience last night at the Jordan B Peterson speech in Detroit here that I came up here for. Some good info. I learned some stuff. I mean, I took some notes, and there was a lot of stuff I was already familiar with in his content and his speech, and that's kind of my issue more than most people's. I wouldn't say it's an issue, but the way I do stuff is kind of obsessively sometimes. So like for the past month, I'd already been listening to, I've probably heard every speech he's made that's on social media. I just put the headphones in, and all day during my day job I'll just listen to that in the background, you know, when I can. So I've definitely heard a lot of what this dude has had to say. He says a lot of great stuff, and so I will say it's my fault. I had expectations of something new and exciting, you know, some secret hidden content by attending this, and that didn't happen. But that's all right. I still learned a few things that are important that I can apply to my life. I kind of got reminded of a few things too. So trip was definitely worth it. The seminar was worth it, or speech, or whatever you want to call it. Did get a little more in-depth education from him and his son on the programs that they offer online, and those programs are all very affordable. So I am going to sign up, or purchase all those. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. I think there's 3 or 4 programs and a couple of books. So I'm just going to get the whole kit and caboodle and continue growing and feeding my mind, and repairing the damage that's up in this area, or the lack of knowledge on how to deal with stuff. But I have had a great time. Everybody, I didn't really tell anybody I was coming up here, so all of my Michigan homies, and especially my Detroit homies, were like, what the fuck? Sorry guys and gals, I love you guys. I was just trying to sneak up here real quick. I did end up staying on the phone talking to everybody and catching up. I had phone call after phone call, or text after text, you know, to like 2:30, and then I still got up at 4:30 and got my run in and everything. So now I'm gonna go check out the hotel, and which is a pretty nice little hotel. It's called the Trumbull. So it was reasonably affordable. Seems like it's a pretty recent renovation within the last couple of years. It's okay. It's not great, whatever. I mean, it's nice. It was relatively clean. I did have a pet peeve that they put I paid for the room in advance. When I didn't make a reservation, I paid for it in advance through their website, and then when I got here, they wanted a $250 hold for amenities. That's some bullshit. I mean, whatever. I'm gonna go check out and make sure they get that refunded, because sometimes these places like to hold on to your money for a week or two. So I'm hoping I don't have to argue with them. But overall, outside of that, I like this place. Probably a pretty fun place in the summer. They got a patio and a bar and grill and that kind of stuff. It's kind of hipsterish. Not kind of hipsterish looking, but when I walked in the lobby last night, Tupac was on the freaking Tupac was in the air. So while I was checking it in, it was getting tossed up, and I was like, shit, this is my kind of place. And then she hit me with that, it's $250 bullshit ass charge. But I ain't had time to argue with her, because I just had to drop my stuff off, go to the bathroom, and get to the theater. So the Peterson thing, man, if you're a fan, I'd still recommend it. I had fun. I enjoyed it. Totally worth everything, the trip and the time and everything, in my opinion. Didn't get any footage or anything because before he came out, his wife came out and made an announcement about no photography or no video, and I just wanted to respect that. I wish I could have got like a quick little snippet or something to put in here, or at least a picture of him up on stage, and I could have done that and nobody would have known or whatever, but I just decided to respect the guy's wishes. So I don't have anything, I don't have any snippets or anything to show you. Just talk about some good stuff, and I enjoyed it. You probably would too if you're on a similar journey. My next journey, check out, go get a quick bite to eat, and I'm heading to Byepolr Performance to go harass these guys for a few minutes since I'm up here, before I head back home. It's Friday and I'm off of work today, so before I go home I'm gonna go up there and harass them, and then I'm gonna go have lunch with my homie Everett. So let's go see what that looks like. So made the trek. I'm here. It's cold up here. The wind in Michigan in the winter is brutal. Brutal. My Ohio hands are crying. But we came up here to see the homies. Check out their awesome showroom. Let's go wander around in the back and see what they got going on out there. So I'm back in Ohio, on the road, probably about an hour from home at this point. And I had some other video that I had shot when I left Byepolr, because I was going to go meet some friends for lunch, and we were going to talk, and I was probably going to film some of that. But they're going through some difficult times, so then I was kind of waiting. You know, I know we were going to talk about one situation, And I was kind of waiting for us to do that in their time. And then tell them, you know, hey, let's shoot a little bit of film of us just bullshitting and stuff when the mood's a little lighter. Because, you know, their struggle with this situation it's a big one. You know, it's a huge burden and obstacle to overcome in their lives, in their entire family's life. And then kind of almost like, well, while we're at it, boom, something even really bigger than the first subject, and life-threatening, detrimental, etc. And I mean, that's their business. I'm not going to go into telling their business, but so then I just decided, you know, I just want to be there and, you know, be as calm and supportive for them as possible, and listen to what they had to say. Try to understand the situation, both situations, because now, you know, they're interwoven. Try to understand both situations so that when they're talking to me about it, I can be as good a friend as possible, and as supportive as possible in an appropriate manner. And so I did that, and we, you know, we finished eating a wonderful lunch as far as food goes. They picked a great restaurant with delicious food, and I still ate relatively healthy. But you know, on the way home, hell, I'm about 2.5, 3 hours into this trip home, and it's just, I've just been reflecting the entire time. I turned my old school 90s, early 2000s gangster rap full volume, and just been inside my head because, wow, what an intense couple of days this has been. You know, yesterday was Thursday, so I got up, did my workout routine, got ready for work, went to the day job, did that, left, went straight from there to Detroit. Did the whole Jordan Peterson thing, which was good, and I think I've enjoyed it a little bit more than I spoke about earlier at this point, because I've had a little more time to reflect on it, and so that's nice, and I definitely have some gratitude for the insights that situation has brought to my life. But then, you know, I leave there, I eat late, which I really was like, I try not to eat after 6, but the way my whole schedule went, I didn't get to eat until like 10 o'clock, and it wasn't the greatest food, but it was what was available. I mean, at 10 o'clock, come on, you know, I still did a good job with what I did eat, but I just didn't feel too good afterwards, because my body doesn't like greasy, shitty food anymore, apparently. I get back to the hotel, and one of my Michigan homies sends me a text like, hey, yo, man, how the hell are you going to be here? Well, first of all, let me back that up. Probably 24 of you have sent me messages from Michigan. Like, hey, yo, how the hell you gonna come up here and not reach out to me and let me know so we can kick it? And really, this was, the whole thing was kind of like I knew I was just zooming in. My Thursday evening was going to be full. It was pretty much going to be go to the beautiful, beautiful, amazing Fox Theater. God, that place is gorgeous. See Dr. Jordan Peterson. Go back to the hotel and crash, and then get up early, work out again, and go stop by and see guys at Byepolr, because I wanted to stop by their shop, and we've tried to make it happen a couple of times, but it just hasn't worked out. And the hotel was like 20 minutes away, so it made sense. Like, it's something I wanted to do.
Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Shut up. It made sense, you know what I mean? 20 minutes away, I'm up here, so go up there, get to hang out with the guys up there, and kick it with my homie Corey. Haven't gotten to just chill with Corey for a while, so it was good to just sit and catch up for about half an hour with him, and hang out with Joe for a few minutes and film some of those awesome cars they're up there building. Then so, you know, and then go have lunch and zoom right back down to Columbus. So really didn't have any free time. But then the homie calls, you know, everybody calls, and I feel bad. Go back to my original point, and they're like, "You're a dick," politely, but they're like, "Hey, yo, you're a dick, because, you know, we want to hang out when you're up here." But then, you know, my little bro, Mike, Detroit Hood TV, hits me up like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And so then we end up talking for probably about 3 hours on the phone. I'm over here talking to this dude on the phone, doing push-ups for my 60 push-up 30-day challenge. While we're on the phone, and we're just talking about all kinds of stuff, and it's good stuff, you know what I mean? And then, man, I'm like, "Hey, bro, it's 2 o'clock. I gotta get up in a couple of hours." Because I usually, you know, I get up at 3:45. I was like, "I gotta get up in a little bit." He's like, "But you're off." I was like, "It don't matter. There ain't no days off, man. Every day. I keep my schedule. And on weekdays, I get up at 3:45. So I hang up with him, and I made a quick Facebook post, and somebody was like, shoot. Jeff Thomas texts me. He's like, "You up?" ? And then I call him and talk to him for another half hour. And I get my ass up at 4 o'clock. I didn't get up at 3:45. I did be a lazy ass and hit the snooze button until 4 o'clock. But got up, got my running in, got a shower, and you know, like I said, went to Byepolr. You've already seen that by now, and went to have lunch, and you know, through these few visits, or phone calls, or whatever, I'm just really grateful and humbled that, you know, if I go to a place, people will make time for me, and not in like a superficial bullshit kind of way. Like, I can go and appreciate everyone, and hopefully they appreciate me coming by or spending the time with me, and we can hopefully grow together through good, positive conversation, and get to know each other better, and have you know, create better bonds and friendships, man. And, you know, like Joe, we've had on Messenger, we've had some Joe, the owner of Byepolr, we've had some pretty in-depth conversations, and Joe's a real smart guy. And, you know, I like Joe because he's real straightforward, like I am. Difference being he's a whole lot better communicator than I am. And I was telling him, you know, that's one of the things I'm working on, and a few other things. And he asked me some good questions, and then he gave me some good feedback. And, you know, some of the stuff we talked about, stuff I believe in. You know, your homies aren't afraid to tell you when you're fucking up, or when you're not doing enough, or you know, when you can be doing better, etc. Or they're not holding that information back from you for whatever reason. Because really, man, if you're not telling somebody like, hey, yo, man, I love you, but you're not doing, you are capable of more, or I know you can do more, or you're not doing enough, man, you don't even really love that person if you're not trying to help them constantly get to the next level, and be uncomfortable and grow. And man, that means a lot. That kind of stuff means a whole lot to me, and I got some good people in my life like that. Joe, my brother Jay down in Kentucky from 10 Soldiers, always pushing me. You know, so man, just I guess this entire week, because I've had quite a few experiences like that, but coming to Michigan for this little 24 hours I was there, not even, but whatever, 20 hours I was there, man, listen, all Michigan jokes aside, you guys all already know I love you. You know, I didn't get to see Jasper. I love Jasper to death. That's my homie. We've had some great conversations, and Jasper is one of those people, when I was at a real low point in my life, just through being an awesome person he is, helped remind me that people can be worthwhile. Because sometimes you'll be at a low point where you're giving up on yourself, but you'll talk about, or at least I should say, but I've seen other people do it, but I'm just going to talk about myself. I was at a real low point, and had given up on myself, and Jasper's one of those dudes that's a good reminder of what a good human being is, man. And it'll sound overly dramatic or whatever, but Jasper kind of help a person remember to have faith in other people. You know, when you've been around yourself, and you've been in a low point, and then maybe you haven't been around people who are builders and help build you up, or help show you some good shit, you know, and remind you that life's good and life can be good. And so yeah, here I go getting sappy. Don't mean to be, but so all Michigan jokes aside, I appreciate each and every one of you that I got to talk to this weekend, whether it was face to face or phone call or text. And man, I'm taking so much back home to Ohio, so much more than I ever bargained for. You know, I went to Detroit to learn a lot from a stranger. I guess the quick and the short is, and while I did learn a lot from Dr. Jordan B Peterson, I've also realized that you know, I just need to look sometimes, and sometimes you got to do that. You got to go outside of your realm and learn some shit. But man, sometimes it's your people, man, that are your greatest salvation, your greatest, one of these days I'm going to be a better communicator. So I apologize for stumbling around, but sometimes it's the people right in your own backyard that are the ones that can teach you the most. And just so grateful to be blessed with all you people. And all of you guys and gals are the ones that are have helped me so much, are the ones I'm indebted to, and I'm just grateful for you all. So, look around, see what's right in front of your face sometimes, and just go have some deep, meaningful conversations with some people you haven't talked to in a while, or you haven't seen for a while. It's so easy to get wrapped up and lost in technology, fuck cell phone, fuck social media, fuck all that shit, man. Go find your people, those people that are in your tribe. Go have a good conversation with them and remember why you appreciate and love them, or maybe figure it out together, and deepen and strengthen those bonds on a relationship that's maybe not where you would like it. So yeah, man, I don't know, this one's kind of a babbler, but it was a great trip, and came up here with no expectations. I just wanted to learn and have fun and enjoy my people, and man, did I get to do that. So sharing in your guys' lives and sharing my life with you, man, there's just nothing better. Triumphs, victories, sadness, obstacles, all that sucky, hateful shit. I'm so blessed to be on this road with all of you, and I really appreciate you. So let's kick life's ass together, everyone. Alright, so obviously I had a little difficulty there at the end, but it was a good thing. I still consider myself to be a pretty masculine man, right? But it's good to sort out all this shit in my head, and over the last couple years, and learn to articulate to myself how to control and process my emotions and things that go on inside my head and my heart. So, I hope if someone out there is going through the similar situation, that they can find something in this video to help them do the same. Obviously I got choked up there at the end and had to cut it off, and maybe I should have kept going or whatever, but maybe in the future I will. But I guess I'm just not there yet. But I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you got something out of it, and maybe we'll do some more like this in the future based on what you guys tell me. So leave me some comments below. Let me know what you think. If you want to see more stuff like this, obviously we're still based around racing, but I think I'm also going to just start doing more day-to-day real life stuff too, and start sharing that. And I wish I would have started maybe a little earlier on this, like with my weight loss and transformation and all the mental, emotional, and physical health upgrades I've been making over the last year, but especially over the last like 6 months. But maybe the next 6 months, 6 years. I don't know if I'll make it 60 years, but maybe I can share the next 60 months or whatever else the math that ends up to, and we can all learn and grow together. So let me know down there, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate all of you.